This is going to be a step-by-step walkthrough on how to get local patients into your clinic without using an agency, without using any of the other crap that people try and force down your throat. Don't listen to them. Watch this, it's completely free. So let's dive into it. So I'm going to show you how one clinic got 52 new patients before the doors even opened using this system and is adding 30 new patients per week. The kicker of this, branding clinic, and he's 26 years old. Super cool. So if you are a chiropractor, a physiotherapist, a physical therapist, a massage therapist, osteopath, podiatrist, any MSK clinic owner, you're my people. This will help you. This is for you. So let's dive into it. First, we need to define and understand why most marketing fails and what actually happens in clinics. Because, first of all, most clinics rely on word of mouth. And word of mouth will always be and is the best form of marketing. I'm not going to take that away. I'm not going to say that there is anything better because that is the best way. The issue I have with that is, first, people don't have a strategy and they say, we're a referral-based clinic, when that just means they've got no marketing strategy for any other way and they don't even have a referral strategy. Case in point, I speak with a bunch of clinic owners all the time, and I say to them, and they say, oh, we mostly rely on word of mouth referrals. I say, great, what's the strategy? What we do is and they just fumble a message like I'm asking them something as a teacher. I'm like, I just want to know what your strategy is. Don't worry if you don't have a strategy. Most clinics don't. And yes, referrals are amazing, but we cannot rely on them. We cannot rely on one form of marketing, especially not referrals. Because if you want to grow, you want to get more associates, you want to help your team grow, your associates will not get referrals like you do. I've been there, I know it. So the way in which we do this is we've got to rely on a different way, or we've got to have other channels in, and also put a referral strategy in, put a word of mouth strategy in. People say we're a word of mouth, but they don't have a strategy. Get a strategy. Second point, they try ads without a framework. So they will go onto Facebook, they'll go onto Google, wherever the platform, doesn't matter. TikTok, I don't care, whatever the platform, and they will try running some ads, except they don't have a plan. They don't know the strategy and just think it's a real quick thing which we can quickly whip up and off we go. So what happens? You run some ads, your wallet gets lighter, you spend some money, and you get a bunch of clicks, but no new patients. Maybe you don't even get any leads, and the leads that you do get, you struggle to get hold of them. That's just a framework issue. That's just setting it up wrong. That would be like me going in, I'm not a chiropractor, I would just say that. That'd be like me going in and just saying, oh, I'm just going to go in and do an adjustment. First, that's dangerous. Secondly, no freaking idea. But that's just like me saying, oh, I've seen chiropractors, I've had hundreds of adjustments, I know what to do. That would be ridiculous. But yet we treat ads as the same sort of thing, lose money and say it doesn't work. But like I said, that's like me adjusting someone and them saying, you've made me feel really sore and really rough after that. Well, I've had no training. I've no idea what's going on. That's the first. Second thing. Finally, people get stuck in the agency trap. Now I can make a whole video about this, and I will. But with the agency trap, what happens, I'll just draw this out real quick so you can see what generally happens with what I call the agency trap. Is maybe go to an agency, like agency one, starts off really well, results are really good for the first couple of weeks, and then they fall off a cliff. You're like, what's going on? You speak to them, you're telling them what to do instead. So then you decide to, after 60 days, they're still charging you $2,000 per month. So you decide, screw this, we're not right. So you decide to part ways with this agency. You think, maybe we got bad agency. So you go to agency number 2. Hoping they will be better if you can read my poorly left-handed writing. With agency 2, same thing happens. Because it's just like a different agency. And they're probably running ads for the local plumber as well as the local dog groomers. They're not MSK specific. So they don't know what's going on. So what happens is you decide agency 2 are no good. So we get stuck. You go and try doing your ads yourself. Realize it's hard. We lose a bunch of money as we've already been through. So you go to agency number 3. This one is maybe in MSK specific. But same thing happens again. This is why you get stuck in the agency trap. And even if you do get a good agency, you are tied to them. This is why I am not a fan of agencies, for this exact reason. So let's go through the better way. But here's what we do instead, and let me show you some results of this. So this is Ash. He's a chiropractor. Let's zoom in so you can see. So during his first month, or before he even opened, he had 52 new patients booked in for opening day in his brand new clinic. He's now adding 30 new patients per week, all with deposits paid. So within his first week in his brand new clinic, he had 18 visits. By week 3, 100 visits per week. Most people say that they want to do that within a few years. He did it within 3 weeks, 100 visits per week. He's 26 years old, and he said his original goal was just to have 20 new patients booked in. And within his first month, he did over $25,000 as a 26-year-old. The cool thing with Ash, we actually started setting this up when he was an associate hundreds or thousands of miles away from where he actually set his clinic up, which goes against what most people say, and that you need to be local, you need to be doing it. It doesn't matter. Ash just had a system, a framework he followed, which allowed him to get these results. Like, quickly. As you can see, this isn't something that took years, and as he said, he feels like he's in a dream by how quickly he was able to reach his goals of what he wanted in his clinic. He's a chiropractor. He's not a marketer. He just had a framework. So, the natural question is, what is that framework? Let's go through it. So this is where the reason why people get stuck with agencies is that most of the time it's not the agency that is the issue, it's the model that they're running. They run an old linear funnel, which worked in 2018. It does not work these days. The new model is a flywheel. The way this works is we collect information from the client. So we collect their own language. We use their own language. We then use it to create content to find winners. Once we find a winner, we then amplify that through paid ads because we're using their own language. By doing that, we get clients because we're using their language. It actually converts them in, and therefore we want to be able to keep them. We're able to keep them because we already know and can explain about their issues, which then allows us to be able to collect more of their language from them. The whole premise of this is we build trust. The way which we build trust, and one of the ways which we build trust, is by helping people feel understood. That's it. If we can relay back to them their issues and talk to them about how they're feeling, like explain their problems better than they can themselves, that is what helps people feel understood. That is what builds trust. Therefore, people will travel further. They will seek you out. They will pay you more because they feel like you get them. Like you probably experience this yourself. I know I have tons of time. And that's what will work. This is the framework that we need to do. And the best part, do you want me to just give you this whole framework? If you go down below this video, in the description, you can get the whole step-by-step where we just focus on this first bit of amplification. So we're going to be able to get your ads out quickly and get you new people in. The reason we're able to do this is because we work with 100 clinics across the world, so we already know what works. And then we can set up the rest of the framework. Get it? It's completely free. We'll get this set up within a few minutes.